say, Tony. That is the deal.
No more orders, Rick.
Tony! Get back here!
I quit!
Oi!
Tony!
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You don't want to report this?
No police. It's a personal matter. Really, I'm fine.
Good, then you can help us with our inquiries. DI Moore, DS Club, Leatherbridge Police. I'm looking for the owner.
Yeah, well, I'm Rick Steedman. What's this about?
Cloned credit cards. There's been some unusual activity in the area. We think your restaurant might be involved. So what's it to be? Your place or mine?
What's wrong?
When you said Valentine's surprise, I hadn't quite imagined a car park in the middle of nowhere.
I thought we could go for a romantic stroll.
Archie, it's February. It's freezing. There's nothing romantic about hypothermia.
Oh, come on, it's not that cold. Anyway, I know a really good way to keep warm.
Yeah, so do I, and it doesn't carry a frostbite risk. Come on, let's go and find a nice warm shopping centre. I'm dying for a coffee.
You're supposed to be a country girl. I love all this fresh air, nature.
I'm rolling around in haylofts and wearing gingham. Let's go.
Okay, look. The walk was only part of the surprise. Right, the other part is through there. It'll be worth it, I promise.
Mud, heels, forget it.
There's coffee.
How far?
Half hour. Stroll.
Better be.
What? So you haven't noticed anything suspicious?
If I thought someone was cloning my customers' cards, I would have called you.
Right, well, I'm going to need the names and addresses of all your employees, employment histories, work rotas, references. Why don't we start with Tony? Full name? He did work for you, right? Before he smacked you in the face and walked out.
Yeah, Tony Fortune. He helped out a few times when I was a short staff.
But you've got an address.
Yeah, somewhere. I'll check as soon as I get back.
So, what can you tell me about him right now?
He was bad at his job. Rude to customers. Look up. I hardly know the man.
So you didn't check his references before you took him on?
I didn't get around to it. I needed a waiter fast.
So for all you know, Tony Fortune might not even be his real name. Is there any way that he could have taken payment from any of your customers? Or maybe you found out he was cloning cards, had a word, and is that what happened this morning?
No, look, he came round demanding his wages and things just got out of hand. Oh, sorry.
Lean forward, get the doctor.
Don't start.
We've got another interview in an hour.
I know. Get those sorted.
There's a higher septum nosebleed. Back of the nose. The punch probably ruptured a blood vessel. Can't see any serious damage, but you should go to the hospital just to get it checked out. You're pressing charges.
Trying to run a restaurant. Last thing I need is stories about punch-ups coming out.
Fair enough. Bleeding stopped.
So we're okay to carry on?
Well, that's up to Mr. Steedman.
Can I have a quick word? Jimmy, I need to talk to him. There's a good chance someone in his restaurant's cloning customer cards.
What, and he's not under suspicion?
Well, everyone that works there is under suspicion, but it's more likely to be an employee, so I've got to move quickly on this. It happens a lot in these cases with staff. They get a job, clone a few cards, and they quit.
Well, I've just advised him to go to the hospital. Can't it wait?
Well, the person who's responsible isn't going to wait. They're going to move on to the next job and start again.
Look, I'm on your side. It's happened to me, but...
Can I go now? There's bound to be a waiting casualty.
Well, in that case, we might as well carry on.
I'm feeling pretty groggy, to be honest.
Sorry.
Right, well, I'll show you out.
Thanks.
Archie, is that my surprise over there? No, wait, silly me, it's just another tree. This half-hour walk is taking a long time. 45 minutes and counting.
It's been 35 minutes. And when I said half an hour, I did not take into account your footwear.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, sorry. Silly me. I mean, if I'd have known that we were going hiking, I would have worn something more suitable. In fact, no, forget that. I just wouldn't have come at all. You don't get me, do you?
Oh, we're really close now.
Well, how close is close? I mean, what, are we lost?
Of course not. I mean, it's just a little bit further along.
Wait, Archie, what's that?
Pile of twigs.
You have got to get me out of here.
What?
There was nothing I could do to keep him here if he's not under arrest.
I just hope that Mr. Steedman does as he's told. I've asked for the contact details of all his staff and they better be on my desk the minute A&E have finished poking out his nasal cavities. This could be linked to a major crime syndicate.
So that's why you're getting all twitchy.
Yeah, CID have been chasing a gang of cloners around the West Midlands for months.
So what makes you think it's this gang?
Well, it's a similar MO. Tony, the guy who punched Rick, he was a fairly new employee. Maybe Rick suspected him of cloning the cards, challenged him and got punched for it.
But if the address that Tony gave Rick is bogus, then chances are his name isn't Tony and he is part of this gang.
Exactly, and I can't check up on an address that I don't have.
But if Rick knew that Tony was cloning cards, why wouldn't he just tell you?
Well, it's bad for business. Would you want to eat in a restaurant where you thought your card had been cloned?
You want something to do? Get those filled in.
What time will you be home?
Plan an afternoon with your secret lover? Oh, of course not. Who'd want you in that state? Where are my car keys?
I don't know.
I left them here.
I don't think you did.
You calling me a liar?
No.
No good ever came from wandering around in the woods. It always ends badly.
Melanie, it was a pile of twigs.
Have you ever seen Blair Witch?
No.
Well, let me enlighten you. Everybody dies. We should have turned back when I said... What was that?
A squirrel?
I told you someone was following us.
Go. Nearly there.
Know what's going on? Open this door now!
Happy Valentine's. And I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. 2 bunches in the same day. That's a bit extreme, even for you.
Yeah, well, one bunch for home and another bunch for work. I want you to know how much I love you wherever you are.
You're more cheesy than a ploughman's lunch, you are.
You ain't seen nothing yet. I thought Peanut's first photo deserved an appropriate setting. Don't worry, I paid cash.
Oh.
So, any news on the Leatherbridge cloner?
Still waiting for me top lead. No Rick, no names and addresses, no progress. DS Clough's chasing him up.
And what about prime suspect number 1, the mysterious Tony?
No.
He's not on the computer then?
No, maybe Tony Fortune is our cloner, or maybe he's just a bad waiter with a bad temper. I don't know if I can't talk to him.
Well, can the card victims help you out? Give you a description?
Yeah, okay. Jimmy, you give me a description of the shop assistant who sold you those ridiculously expensive shoes.
Oh, come on, it was weeks ago now.
Okay, so now we've established I'm having a really rubbish day. Have we got any plans for tonight?
Yeah, well, I thought I'd take you to this nice little place I know. And if you bring your plastic, maybe we could combine it with a stakeout.
DMO. Thanks. Rick didn't go to the hospital.
Gemma, call me, yeah? Hello?
It's D.I. Moore. I was beginning to think you were avoiding me. You promised me some names and addresses, remember?
Yeah, well, something came up.
Well, whatever it is, can you drop it and come and help me with my inquiries?
Well, look, I'm sorry, it's really not convenient.
Some of your customers are at risk of having their bank accounts emptied and it's not convenient. What am I supposed to make of that, Mr. Steedman?
I'm on my way, yeah?
I've got no signal. Try yours?
Oh, you stiff.
Well, try again!
Oh, Melanie! Hey, it's a scarecrow, it's a scarecrow.
In the middle of a wood.
I don't know.
It's a scythe.
It's been noted that you've refused the services of the duty solicitor. You've got the employees' names and addresses, the work rotas.
You won't be needing them. I know who's been cloning the cards. Gemma. Gemma Steedman, my daughter.
You sure?
Yeah. She's got this massive gambling problem, and she's stolen from me before. When my mum died, she left me all her jewellery, loads of it, antique stuff, worth thousands. I would have passed it on to Gemma eventually, but she decided not to wait. So last August, she took the jewellery to the pawnbrokers, got 500 quid, and blew it in the Majestic the same night.
So you gave her the chance to rip off your customers as well?
Come on, she's my daughter. I just wanted to help her. I thought if I could keep an eye on her, so I gave her a job, let her live with me rent-free. I thought she was doing okay.
Well, you could have told us this a lot earlier and saved us both a lot of hassle.
I know that. I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk to her. Get her to give herself up.
Well, I tell you what, let's save her the trouble and give her a lift.
She's not home.
So where is she?
In a casino, probably. I'll let you know as soon as she turns up.
Oh, we're not done yet. I still need the information. I've only got your word that it's Gemma.
Well, I'll dig them out, and you can pick them up when you come and get her. Only I don't have any details on Tony Fortune. I never did. He was casual labour. I paid him in cash, off the books. No tax, no insurance. Am I in trouble?
With the tax man.
We must be nearly there now. Melody?
Oh, don't look at me, I'm a mess. Look, just leave me alone. I'm sorry, but what do you expect? I'm cold and I'm scared. These were my favourite shoes.
You're not a mess. You're lovely. I'm the one who should be sorry. I got us lost. I wouldn't listen. I'm a pig-headed idiot.
Yeah, you are. And what are we supposed to do when it starts getting dark? You know, this was supposed to be romantic, but there's mud and there are brambles and we're being stalked by psycho witches. And I just want to go home.
Good afternoon.
Well, you cracked the case?
Rick spilled the beans.
Oh, I hope it didn't make his nose bleed again.
Funny.
So, did he find Tony Fortune in the middle of a cloning frenzy or what?
It looks like Tony's just a lousy waiter, and it's Rick's daughter that's in trouble.
Poor guy.
Yeah, no one wants their kids to turn out to be liars and cheats and frauds, but it happens all the time. What if Peanut turns out to be a master criminal?
Now, Peanut is going to be a law-abiding genius with just a dash of maverick to make things interesting.
Yeah, well, if our kid ever pawns the family heirlooms, it's a long story involving Granny's knickknacks in the Majestic.
Well, the new casino.
That's it. When did that open? October, November?
November. I went to the opening, free champagne, fancy nibbles.
I knew something was off. His daughter wasn't there in August.
So he got the dates wrong. Or the casino.
I can't believe I fell for that sub-story.
Yeah, well, come on, it's probably an innocent mistake. I mean, why would anyone make something like that up now?
To stop me doing my job.
Where are you going?
Where do you think?
Hi. Their senior citizens group had a treasure hunt yesterday. They were clearing up the clues.
So, we were being stalked by a couple of pensioners. Oh, it's not funny. I was terrified.
Oh, I'm being stalked by psycho witches.
Stop it.
Be nice. I've got the map. Okay, I think we must be here. So... yeah, maybe you should read the map. Hey, it's my stick.
Come on then. Keep up.
New Street Station?
Get out!
No, can you wait here, please? I'll be 10 minutes.
Don't bother. What do you think you're doing? Stealing from my customers, huh? No, Gemma, I know it was you. You used Tony's cloning gear, didn't you?
Yes.
Why, you knew what would happen. The police are already onto it. You don't do it on your own doorstep. What did I always teach you?
I need the money.
What for?
I've got to get away from him.
Yeah, well, you made your bed, and I warned you what he was like. Now, where's the gear?
Keys in the box. It's going to kill me.
I want you to get your stuff, and you're going to move back in with me. We're going to contact the police, and you're going to admit to cloning those cards. No. Once they get a confession, they won't sniff around too much. They think you got a gambling problem. You are a member of the Majestic, aren't you?
Please, would just let me leave. You can tell them I ran away.
Okay. Now, what do you think you're going to get? Gemma, this is a first offence. You're pregnant. I'll get you a good brief. With any luck, you'll get off with just a slap on your wrist.
Well, you don't care about me or the baby. You just care about yourself.
Just get packing, yeah? Gemma, if the police find out about Tony, it won't be just the restaurant clones you'll be done for. Now, he's done jobs for me all over the place. You filled out the application forms. That's conspiracy. Do you understand? Now, you'll be banged up, kid or no kid.
Oh, so are you. No, please don't.
He won't touch you again. Now, go on, go and get your stuff.
Oh, this is definitely going in my journal.
You keep a journal?
Ah, only for the big stuff, you know, not every day or anything.
And I'm big stuff, am I?
Of course.
It's that way.
Someone's done this before.
I was the youngest brownie in my pack to get my trail finder's badge.
In debt.
Are you laughing at me?
I wouldn't dare.
No, well, you shouldn't, because I also got my kick-ass badge.
Brownies do not kick ass.
Yeah, well, this one does.
Ah, I recognise this place. We're nearly there. Woo!
Rick, about this morning. We can sort this out.
It's too late.
It's not. We put this behind us. Business as usual.
You bring people in without telling me. You sell cards behind my back, and you think we can carry on as usual?
I've got a contact in Bulgaria who'll pay big money.
No! No, this is my operation.
So we expand it, go international. What's the problem?
The problem is, Tony, you're not the only one who's been ripping me off.
Dinner's booked for 8.
Perfect.
How did he go with Rick?
He wasn't home, but luckily a nosy neighbour was. Didn't have a good word to say about him or his daughter.
Well, lucky it's the bad stuff you're interested in, then.
Gemma moved out a couple of months ago. She still works at the restaurant, though. Apparently, she gets cabs back and forth. The cab company's just round the corner from here.
You find out where she lives?
Yeah, Juniper Road.
Well, you'd need a shed load of credit cards to rent a place around there.
Well, I'll be sure to tell her.
You going there now?
She's just booked a cab. I don't want to miss her.
Are you on your own?
Well, I promise I won't tell her my PIN number.
Well, shouldn't you take someone with you?
What are you saying, Jimmy? I'm not up to the job? I'm not an invalid.
Stupid, spoiled sluts. You can't even take the pill without messing up. Tony! I'm warning you, silly cow! She cloned cards at the restaurant! What did the police find out?
They're already into it. Those people that you bumped into this morning, detectives. So you're in the frame for Gemma's handiwork.
What? How did that happen? I don't even work there.
Yeah, well, I told them you did. Well, I couldn't tell them the truth, could I, Tony? But I think I've convinced them that you're not involved. And they've only got your first name. If they connect you two, it's over. So I gave them Gemma.
I don't believe this.
You will start believing and pack your bags. You're going on a nice long holiday, and you pay the teams off before you book your tickets, yeah?
You give her to the police, and she'll drop us right in it. You need to get rid of her, not me.
Gemma puts her hands up for this. Please stop poking around my business.
Look at the state of her, she'll crack.
She won't crack. She'll do exactly what I tell her. It's her.
Get someone round Juniper Road. Assault in progress.
Get off me!
Tony, don't!
There's some duct tape there, get it! Now!
What do you think you're doing, eh?
You could stop this!
Yeah, I can stop this too, detective, for good, so shut up and do as you're told. Tape her hands. Do it!
We made it. My brain's your brawn. What a team.
Okay, Smarty Pants. If you could have any Valentine's date, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. Champagne, flowers, romantic meal, somewhere special.
Ta-da! I think the champagne should be nicely chilled by now.
Oh, Archie, you do get me after all.
I'm sorry about the detour, and your shoes, and the psycho witches.
An inconvenience is merely an adventure, wrongly considered. That's G.K. Chesterton, by the way, in case you want to put it in your journal.
Very impressive, shall we? Oh.
So how is this supposed to end? You tell me that.
You don't have to do this, Rick. Don't make it any worse.
You are really starting to annoy me. What if she's got back? Did you see back up?
So what is your plan, Tony?
Not here. Watch her. You can do that, can't you? We need to get rid of her.
But I'm sorry, I can't.
Get rid of her. Oh, that's a great...
Thanks. You don't want to be a part of this. I know you're scared, I am. But you don't have to go along with them. Look, just cut the tape. I can't. Do you know what they're planning to do with me? Do you think you could live with that?
I didn't want any of this. I tried to get away.
That's why you cloned the card. I know. I know you did it for your baby.
Yeah, well, he hits me. I didn't know what else to do.
Look, I can help you, but you've got to help me first. Come on.
How does she find out about this place? Ask yourself that.
And who else knows?
So we find out before we get rid of her. I'll make it talk.
No. We've got to think this through.
That's your problem. You think too hard.
Leave her alone! Wait, he was trying to kill her!
You're dead! Gemma! Don't you say another word!
There's a card reader and laptop in the house. Thanks. Quick statement, I'm arresting you on suspicion of obtaining property by deception. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention now something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Get him out of here!
You okay?
You were right. I should have waited. Jimmy, I'm bleeding.
What time do you call it?
Sorry, cannot see watch.
Don't be cheeky.
Are you absolutely sure you can't get in this afternoon?
Of course! If you want my home to be turned over by a band of marauding migrants.
Is it me or is the heartbeat irregular?
Slightly. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
You couldn't diagnose your way out of a paper bag. You'll never make a decent doctor.
It's back to school for Mark in Diagnosis Murder next. And always an education, it's the weakest link at 5:15 here on BBC1.